So today we're going to present Introduction to Vedic Astrology workshop. And just before we start, we're asking for the blessings and the guidance of our gurus and guides. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Vedic astrology is a study of the nature of time. We naturally have this concept of a different quality of time. We say things like, I had a good time, or yeah, that was a really hard time, things like that. So Vedic astrology is talking about what's the nature of that time. And by understanding the nature of time, we can understand a lot about the activities, the things that are going on in that time. Now, for all of us, it's very easy to understand that the position of the sun tells us a lot about the nature of the time of that part of the day. So when the sun is rising, we have a very clean, optimistic kind of a mood early in the morning if we're out walking. There's a certain quality of time due to where that sun is. When the sun is up, like it is now, it's almost above our heads, there's a more passionate nature, people are out working, people are doing things. And then when the sun has gone all the way down and is right down below us, then there's a totally different nature of time. Most people are sleeping, or if they're doing activities, it's very different activities to their normal daily activities. So in the same way that we can directly perceive the different nature of time by the position of the sun. Similarly, in ancient times, before there were computers, before there was social media, before there was mass communication, before there was even electricity, before there was anything that would disconnect people, everybody was so connected. When the sun went down, people would just go inside and everything would stop. They might have had a little candle, doing some sewing or something, but basically they were really connected to the sun, the seasons. They were connected to the earth, they were connected to the heavens. There was nothing disconnecting them. So in those times, just in the same way that we can directly perceive the different quality of time from the movement of the sun, the great sages of India could perceive directly in human society what was the effect of the different other planets and the other stars and the other things that were moving around up there. When this planet was in this particular constellation, there was a certain quality, and that was a time when the king would go to war or try to conquer, or there was a different quality when this planet was with this sign. Very artistic mood would come, somebody would make a beautiful work of art. So in the same way that we can see how the time is affected by the movement of the sun, they could directly perceive the same thing, like they could just see it, that how this combination with that, and this science was passed down through generation, through generation, through generation. So as well as the sun, even directly we can perceive the moon, right? You might see when it's a full moon, people have more sort of emotional energy, there's more community, things like that. When events are held on a full moon, people have a certain emotional intensity. You might know that in all the ancient cultures, they would actually talk about their birthday just in terms of the phases of the moon. And it wasn't like artificial for them, it's just there was no other way to describe it. So they were actually celebrating on the same day that that event happened, according to the phase of the moon. So with our current calendar, that's not the case. We don't know. We might be born on 1st of January, but that might have been the 5th phase of the moon. The next year it might be the 12th phase. So the emotional experience of that day is different every year. But in ancient times, people were connected to the planets, especially to the moon, and what the experience was. So that's the basic foundation of Vedic astrology, is it's saying what is the quality or what is the nature of that time, which is shown by the position of the heavenly bodies.